you sleep in separate beds too?
Sometimes, not all the time, but I think it's so important to get a good night's sleep, or else I'm really cranky and not a good partner.
Yeah, well, that's a good, and no one wants a bad partner. Stand up, ma'am. You had your hand.
I would like for my husband to stand with me.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, congratulations on everything.
Oh.
Marriage, Moses. I think marriage is an incredible thing if you're willing to commit to it. And so we want to encourage people, particularly to do what's good for them.
Right.
Next week we'll be happily married, ecstatically married, for 8 years.
Okay, that's a newbie.
Well.
Okay.
Tamron.
Okay, do you sleep together?
Tamron.
Yes, ma'am.
We do. But, so the D word is not a part of our vocabulary. I call it temporary retreats because the man snores, kicks, punches, talks.
Okay.
And so although we started at year 1, oh, are you ready to go to bed? Let's go to bed at the same time.
Okay.
Because he's like, I want to touch that
I love you look like you're hostage. Are you alive? Your husband is like this. That's what she said. Everything she said.
But this is the reality, right?
You don't sleep in the same bed.
There are nights where literally we do not sleep in the same bed because our sex life, our total lives are better when we're both getting good restorative sleep.
You are so thoughtful. Your husband looks like a cast member from Get Out. Like Come with me. We have Dr. Robi Ludwig with us. Dr. Ludwig, I know, stand up, Dr. Ludwig. So Dr. Ludwig is an expert on relationships and marriages. We'll deal with that in a minute.
And I'm so happy you're married.
I am happy. But, you know, one of the rules that Stephen and I have is that we won't sleep in separate beds.
Yes.
He thinks that it's a bad sign. I'm one of those people, what works for you works for you. So, I mean, from a relationship expert, is it an unhealthy thing?
I would never recommend couples sleeping in separate beds as a therapist, ever.
Why?
But because I think it's a red flag and it can lead to feeling disconnected in a relationship. The whole goal of a relationship is to figure out how to be together in a way that works.
But aren't you together in your heart? I mean, like they say, I mean, look, and now my co-host here, we're married.
Idealistic.
No, okay, well, I say this. You know how they say the church is not the building, it's the people?
Yes.
Isn't the marriage the heart and what you're putting in? And if someone's getting a comfortable sleep, can't you still be in love and happy?
I think there's a way to get a comfortable sleep and not have separate beds and separate bedrooms because you don't want to turn your partner into a stranger, into a roommate. You don't want to desexualize the relationship.
But you're sleeping. You're not talking.
But sometimes you are. Sometimes, yes, in your sleep. Yeah. And sometimes there's just spontaneous talking that happens in the middle of the night, connecting, cuddling that leads to stress reduction or whatever else happens spontaneously. Listen, there's not a one-size-fits-all, but I think it can be a slippery slope, especially in a day and age where, you know, we're very distracted and you don't want your partner going from a separate bed, separate bedroom to separate marriage.
Well, I've kept you from your husband too long.
Well, can I say this to her point?
Oh, my co-host here, go ahead.
Yes, last co-hosting point is simply that, so we started out, we had to go to bed at the same time, and now we literally adjust the time. So the temporary retreat is, so if you're going to bed at 11, let me go get into a deep sleep before you get into the bed.
Great idea.
And so I think you have to do what works, but I also think you can't compromise things like,
I'm not convinced that it ruins the marriage. I mean, I'll see in years, because I mean, you are happily married. I am from that if it works for you. My mother says, if you like it, I love it. And I don't know, but we'll see. I may have to, if he snores more, I can get out of bed.